Hi everyone. Well, this video is obviously going to be a little different. I'm recording this with my cell phone camera, and it will be a little shaky and bouncy as I move around. I apologize for that, but I've been talking about showing my office slash studio slash catch-all area for a while, and while I still have some things to put up on the wall and things like that, it's mostly the way I want it for now. If you've seen my video from last year, it is a little similar. The bookcase is new, and then where I've got stuff stored is also new. So we're going to just start here on the right side. We're not going to cover the entire room because part of it's just storage, part of it's cat stuff, and we're not going to show all that. Alright, so this is my desk area. I do apologize if it is a little dark. With any of that light? Yeah, okay, that helped. So this is a custom desk I had made a while back. It's shorter than an average desk, which was the reason I got it, is because I'm shorter. But I, over time, have found I like the regular desk height, plus I wanted it at the same height as my other desk, so I put it on risers, and that seems to work well. I have two monitors here. As you can see, the one on the left is kind of like that's to my desktop, which is over here in the blue. The other one is my work monitor when I'm working. Obviously, I'm shooting this on the weekends, so most of the time this will just get pushed away so I don't have to deal with it. And then down here is where you can see the risers there, but down here is where normally my work laptop's set up on the right and hooked to that monitor, and then of course I've got my regular laptop stuff to the left, like I really want to see the trash can, right? Okay, so that's basically my work area. Here on the right side, we've got my desktop, of course, my personal desktop, and we're going to start at the top and work our way down. So up here, we have my water-based super tip markers, my Rose Arts, and my Crayola super tips. What's in the bag? Oh, those are also super tips, the color set that works for Sun Life drawing pictures, the color palette for their color by numbers. These are the books I'm currently working in. Most of those are Halloween books, as you've seen for my pictures this month. Here are my colored pencils, which you don't see a lot of on here. Hopefully that will change in the future. I've got my watercolor pencils here to the right, and then the rest of them are oil and wax-based pencils. The owl holder is going to be what holds my Castle Arts. I just don't have them swatched yet and put in there. Coming down here, I have a couple storage bins. This one holds little sets of colored pencils. Let me bring it down here so I can, there we go. So like I have my twistables in here. I have the Ergosoft Aquarelle pencils. These are my bigger sets. Like I have my Peelicon. Just trying to look, see what else. Tritones, the Koh-i-Noors, which I have not used yet. Those are all kind of in here when I get in the mood to use them. If you're curious to see the actual pencils in the cases, I have the Crazy Art Timeless Creations, Amazon Basics, Guanghui, Black Widow Arteza, Sargent Art Supremes on the top, Fila in this big blue case, Prismacolors, Premiers, Verithins, and Scholars, and then my Polychromos. Watercolor pencils, I have Artezas, Albert Dürer, and Derwent, and Mondulas. I try to put a label on these just to make it easier, and as you can see, the tape is not my best friend, but it works for now. So these all are my smaller sets of pencils, including here too. I have the Castle Arts I still need to swatch that I got a few months back. I have these that I want to do a review on. They're Lelix pencils. I have a 24 set of Polycolors there. Some smaller sets here. These are my Derwent Inktense pencils here. And then I've got my Neo Colors here for easy access. Here I have, what do I have in here? These are highlighters and my water brush blenders, which are probably dry because I haven't used them much. Here I have both my Leisure Arts Leisure Arts brush tip water-based markers, and I have my Crayola dual tip water-based markers in here as well. I believe these are water-based. I want to separate them out, I just haven't had a chance to yet. I need to get another, like, small. I have plenty of storage, I just don't have, like, small storage things. Alright, these are my Crayola brush tip markers, which I do not use very much. Not only my Crayola, but my Tan Mitts, which I have not really used yet either. I don't know, November might be a water-based marker month, because I've been using my alcohol markers a lot lately. You can see the brush tips are down there too. Again, could use a separate storage for my Tan Mitts, I just haven't got around to it yet. They're all in one place for now. They're easy access, and that's what's important. Okay. So, I think these little things I picked up at Fred's or the dollar store for like $1. They work really well. I have another little storage bin here. This one also has sets, but these are a little different. A lot of these are like paint pens. They're not colored pencils. So I've got some paint pens to use. I've got a small set of pastel pencils. I've got my Staedtler Nors in here, my Faber-Castell markers that John sent me in Happy Mail, my Sparkle Pop gel pens. I've just got a few random sets in here of things that aren't necessarily colored pencils, but that I use. So now let me take a seat. Alright, so you can see the side of my computer, which is pretty awesome. My brother built this computer for me, and it is just gorgeous. I love it. I'm not too good with wires, as you can see. Okay, so this desk is where the coloring magic happens for the most part. When I'm filming, you can see my camera there. You can see my lighting. You can see the Spectrum Noir marker systems. I now have converted from using the clear storage, which I'll show you here in a minute, to using these marker storage systems. I found that when I was grabbing for my markers, it was getting really hard to find. I was making a mess with my markers with them in those storage bins. I also am not a huge fan of the marker cases. I tried to use those for these, and I was just going to stack them on top of each other. They didn't stack well. I was irritated, so I said, you know what, we're just going to do it this way. So, and my marker storage cases have found a good home and are going there hopefully next week. So, starting on this side, this is the newest system I bought. I think it was each set comes with 6 trays, and it holds 72 markers. So I think I got 3 sets, and then I had a couple extra I could add from one of the others that weren't holding anything of importance. I have my Arteza Everblends down here. I left room for my skin tones, which, as you can see, just came today. Huzzah! And then up there are my 100 Cali Arts. As you can see from my marker collection, because this doesn't even include my budget-friendly markers, I've heard of the 187 Cali Art, and it sounds exciting, but I do not need them right now. I need those like I need a hole in the head. So we're just going to stick with the 100s. I want to use them more because I really haven't been using them much. So I want to give them some love. So there's my camera and my lighting. You can see I've been working on the Jade Summer picture I was doing with the Everblend markers. I've got, I think on the video we did part of the chair. I finished that out, and then also worked on her outfit. So slow going. I've had other pages going on. This one's probably going to be a slow and steady kind of picture. So on this side, this rack in the middle is probably my most used markers right now. At the top we have my Blick Studios. These are all chisel tip except for the Copics. Then I have my Prismacolors, and then I have my Copics, which are brush tip, well, they're brush tip and chisel tip markers. Those are set A of the Copic set, and I bought a couple other one-offs, mostly skin tones. So I have those. Then this side is all of my fancier water-based markers, fancier, higher budget, I guess. I have my Tombos down here, my Arteza Real brush pens there, and then Shuttle Art and Color It above that of the roll brush type pen markers. So these with like the brush tip. You can see the desk is a little worn. This is my husband's old desk that he's had for years. It's worn, but you know, and it wobbles a bit here and there, but for the most part, it works just fine for me. This drawer just contains some random stuff. If I want to light a candle, I have my coloring gloves in here, some batteries if my mice run out, things like that. And then below that, we have my chameleon markers are down here, and that door just came apart. Here I was dissing the desk, and now it's punishing me. So the chameleon markers might have to go somewhere else. Anyway, you can't really see them, but my pack of color tops are down here, what I've collected so far, and then the full set of chameleon markers as well, which I'm not going to open up. But anyway, on to this side, I do have some pictures up. That one of the pirate will actually be swapped out here soon. I have a finished picture I want to put there. A really gorgeous painting print I got from a friend for Happy Mail. Then the full Meowdle Alchemist picture is from one of the Too Many Games events. The cat picture in the corner there with the robot is the very first picture I completed. And you're getting a bit of a glare. It's the first picture I ever completed with pencil from Marjorie Sarnett's Creative Cats book. This is when I was doing art and taking art lessons last year. This was my first art piece that I did. I haven't done any more since. And then this is where I was on the city council and I got a nice pretty plaque. Let me turn the lamp back on. Still not sure where I want to put the lamp yet. This thing has been awesome. It's bright pink. It matches nothing, but I really don't care. It's on like a Lazy Susan type thing. And you can mix and match the different areas here on the sides. And then, of course, you can circle it around. This is where I have my erasers and my blenders. Some of my higher end pens, like my micron pens and stuff, are in here. These are my favorite water brushes right now, which is Arteza. I've also got my Pitt pens, my Faber-Castell, like the dark black Pitt pens in here, my bigger Sharpies. Got my medication thing here, a little mini color wheel, some random colored pencils I need to put back in the pack. So anyway, this sucker is just really handy. I really enjoyed using this, and I waited until I got the room redone before I put that together. Again, doesn't really match, but oh well. And a blanket for the cats, because the cats are spoiled. Now we are at the bookcase, as you can see. At the top, I have Herbert. Did we decide his name was Herbert, the big cat? I think so. Anyway, got a couple cat-related things, of course. That is my sun, my fake sunlight that I use in the morning sometimes, because I have vitamin D issues. And I have issues with not getting enough light, natural light during the day. As you can tell in the room, my little mini heater, some Crayola Colorscape pictures that I don't believe I've done any sort of flip through on. They're big pictures and packs you can buy from Crayola's website, and they're gorgeous. I have not colored in one yet. So here's the bookshelf. I'm not going to go through quite all of it. A lot of you will recognize some of these titles. But as you can see, my shelf is already pretty full. So Michelle, that means you should back off buying coloring books. This shelf, though, is open for the moment because I needed a place to put my gel pens. I've been using them more lately, and I wanted a place to access them more. So I have that. I have the actual book, A Castle Full of Cats, by... yeah, okay. The battery's running low. Ruth Sanderson. I knew that. This was from a recent Happy Mail there. And then, of course, my favorite little sign there my parents got me. Then we got my Jade Summer collection. When that reaches... point with my foot. When that reaches the top, you know I've got to knock off the Jade Summer books. And then others there. Down here are our house office files I need to work on. To the right are covers for my monitors. This is a little sling that the cats can lay in my lap on the desk. And underneath that is my heat dryer and my glue gun. Now, we've got this little storage bin. Down here are regular office supplies. Here in the middle, a whole bunch of extra books and planners and random stuff. Top drawer are my headphones, my pencil sharpeners, and like my swatch charts and stuff. Now we're to my other little custom desk. I had 3 of them made, and it's really nice because I can break them apart like I've done here. This is all my work stuff here. This is like my to-do pile of things. And then a cat bed and another cat bed behind it. Alright. Here are my budget markers. I have a lot of Sharpies in here. This is a mix of Shuttle Arts and Sharpies and Amazon Basics, as is that one. So these are all ones that I can easily transport to the living room. Then I've got these 2 storage bins. You're like, oh my goodness. This is all my wood burning stuff, which I don't do right now. Watercolor stuff. Pastels. I got some pan pastels in there. This is my gelatos and my Inktense blocks. You don't see much of those. And these are all my glues. My glitter glues, my stickles. I think my Wink of Stella's in here too. I'm running out of time on my video, so I'm trying to hoof it up. Paints, plastic sheeting, wipes, more acrylic paints, planner stuff, and my distress inks are in here, my regular ink pads. More planner stuff and stickers, and washi tapes. Okay, so over here is just a lumpy bed, which has pillows underneath it. The cats like to snuggle down between the pillows sometimes. This bed doesn't look too glorious, but it's a cat bed. We don't have guests stay over. Gosh, we're antisocial, but this is supposed to be a guest bed, but it is turned into a cat bed, so that's why it doesn't look too glamorous. I finally got my print up of a picture I've had for years that I bought online from an artist that I love. Love this picture. I'll try to find the artist and put it in the link. Okay, try not to go super speedy here. So picking up with the cat beds and the cat fur. This cedar chest holds all my giveaway stuff. Any extra stuff I have basically goes into the out of sight, out of mind cedar chest. I do have a few things up on the wall. Some of my recent pictures. I'm using these magnetic clips that are actually working out really well on the wall. Then we have the cedar chest, the china cabinet that used to be where the bookcase is now. Over here's more of my regular art stuff. You've got my papers, all the watercolor, acrylic, what have you there. Cross stitch on the top. Diamond painting here. And here we've got where I had some of the cats cremated over last year and this year. They're here. Picture of Felix. Another Happy Mail, that Why Cats Paint picture. Down here are my beloved Star Trek plates. And my little Star Trek crocheted guys that I got from Too Many Games. This is holding all my drawing stuff. My blenders. These are the marker cases that are going to a friend. Some of my other art books. Ooh, we're going to cut this close. These are all my brushes, as you can see. And then down here is a bunch of random extra stuff. Printer paper and what have you. Anyway, that is pretty much it. We're going to go back over here. Not a whole lot of stuff. I'm happy where everything's at. I'm kind of happy with how everything's went. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions on anything, let me know in the comments. This is gonna die. Thanks, and talk